Let's see who wants to come and check out some money bass activity today. What's good, everybody? It's just your neighborhood partner, Money Bass. We're not doing this thing we call Bash for Cash today, but we're just going to be out here in the lab trying to get a few things going on. See if we have anybody that wants to tune in today. Post there. All right, man. It's been a minute. Took a quick little break. Oh my good Terry, see, Terry said you're fired. Terry, I'm not fired, am I? All right, let's see who we have sliding in. Shout out to George Jones. Jody said, where have you been? What's going on, Carrie? All right, so we're gonna be out here just kind of organizing a few things. Have been out doing some tournaments, guys. I have been taking a break. I have been not fishing other than just a few tournaments. So we're going to get back on track with things for this month. I do have a big tournament coming up on Lake Gunnersville this weekend. That will be a 2-day tournament that I'll be out there at Lake Gunnersville. Bryce. Y'all go back out there. All right, so let's see. What else are you guys saying? Dottie says, I know you ain't been fishing. Oh, yeah, I've been fishing, Dottie. Let's see, what was the last turn? But I was live. So on the last tournament that I was at was that was Lake Hartwell. So not this past weekend, but what was that? Goodness, that could have been 2 weeks ago. I'm not sure. All right, Jody says, AC gone DQ Money Bass. Shout out to Barry the Sabine King. Yeah, been a long time. Jody says, gas price has been holding you back. No, I've been holding myself back. I got a little lazy after that last tournament. So the season is over. And now the next thing we have coming up is the Classic. Shout out to Ken. Ken said, who is this guy? Where have you been? Well, I've been out doing a little this and that. So what I have to do now, guys, is get ready for my next tournament that is going to take place at Lake Gunnersville. So I'm out here to kind of organize. You see I have my rods and stuff up here. This was set up from... Let's see. Yes, this is the stuff that I was throwing on Lake Hartwell. Lake Hartwell was the last tournament that I was fishing. Appreciate that, Jody. Jody says, great to see you back. All right, so yeah, we're just going to hang out for a quick minute, go over some of my tackle setup. You think this right here, you guys think that right there is what I need for Gunnersville? You know, I think I might need to throw a buzz bait. But you see how far this hook sets back on this right here? So it's going to be some grassy areas, so I can probably just kind of bring this along the grass edges, see if we can get some bites on that. I'm going to have a frog tied on, wacky rig. I need to get my flashy swimmer set up. What else? Carolina rig and a jig. Man, do I need a crankbait too? Yeah, I think I'm going to need a crankbait. I think I'm going to go with that 6XD crankbait. But hopefully I'll be able to get the fish I need out of that grass edge, throwing a buzz bait. But one of the things that I'll show you guys in just a second too is my Buzzjet. Now on Lake Gunnersville, that is the lake that I won the mega bass with on Lake Gunnersville. Ken said fluke. Ken said you always got to hit him with a fluke. Let's see. Ken says, all you need is a frog. What's going on, Justin? We got Justin tuning in. Uh-oh, do you guys see that? If you see something, I need you to say something. Shout out to Justin, been a member of the money team for 12 months strong. Who else sees that? Everybody put JW in the chat for me. Really appreciate the strong support of the channel. All right, so I will be going out on Lanier. Actually, you know what, guys? I need to check the weather report. Somebody told me that the weather is going to be pretty bad. So, and I found out that the ramps are going to be closed. Let's see. The Sabine King says, talk about the Buzzjet. Shout out to Terry C. Terry C is almost 12 months strong too. Been on the member of the money team for 11 months. Everybody put, what is that? JW in the chat for 1 year. And shout out to Terry C. Oh yeah, guys, we're back in action. The Sabine King says, let's talk a little bit about the Buzzjet. All right, so let's go ahead and do that, guys. Let's open this up and take a look in here in my bag of goodies, and we're gonna find my Buzzjet. Now that Buzzjet is what I used to win the mega bass before. So it's only right that I put that back on. And the last time I was at Gunnersville, I did catch a fish throwing that. So it's just customary. It wouldn't be right if I didn't go to the same spot and throw that Buzzjet. Shout out to Texas Noop. Texas Noop says, is that Money Bass? Oh, yes, sir. It sure is. Shout out to Texas Noop. Texas Noop hit me in the head with he sent me some jig heads. Oh, wait a minute, guys. My lights went out in here. Can you guys still see? Hold on. Yeah, so he sent me some jig heads that I haven't gone out and tested out yet. Just bear with me. Let me get back up here and turn these lights back on. All right. So yeah, I haven't been back out on the lake yet, Texas Noop. So I haven't had a chance to test those jig heads out, but I really appreciate that. Ken says, wasn't that 100 years ago? All right, so here we go. You guys wanted to see what that Buzzjet was all about, right? So I'm going to be on Lake Gunnersville. I like catching fish on top water on Lake Gunnersville. So this right here, now this is custom painted right here. You see that nice color on there? That is from DBK Lures right there, guys. Let's see. Did he sign it? Oh, yeah, I think he signed it down there. Can you guys see that? Right there, DBK. But there you go. Has a little bill on the front and a prop on the back. So it's, what do they say? Business in the front and party in the back like a mullet. So you in the front, you have the bill, and in the back you have the prop. And I like putting this feather on the back of it. Let's kind of get this straightened up. But yeah, so I'm definitely gonna have this tied on for Gunnersville. Jessica says, sounds like you got a house full of little ones. Oh, they're outside running around. Let's see. Patricia says, why are the ramps closed? I don't know. Georgia Dog said those government shutdowns, oh my goodness, they not affecting our fishing, are they? Man, they can't affect our fishing. What we gonna do, guys? We're gonna have to rise up if we can't fish. All right, so well, there we go. So that is the Buzzjet. So that is the bait right there that won me just around $5,000 off of one fish on Lake Gunnersville. Since we're gonna be on Gunnersville, I'll definitely have that tied on. And I changed the hooks out on there. And I put this feathered hook on there. I've had this sitting in this tackle box for so long. Well, actually not for so long, but I guess after it was wet and it dried. So I need to figure out a way to kind of straighten this back out. Does anybody have any tips on how to straighten these feathers back out? If I heat this back up, maybe boil it. If I boil this, will it straighten this feather back out? All right, let's see. Ken says, money never rely on what you used to fish, but what you learn in practice. Guess what? Well, I don't even know if I'm going to practice, Ken. I kind of go out there and go for what I know, man. I mean, that's kind of been a fun way of fishing for me. Just going to the lakes, kind of looking at the mapping, checking out what the weather conditions are, and just, trying to figure things out once I get there. And for one, I guess for two, is because I'm kind of lazy nowadays, guys. I used to spend a lot of time pre-fishing all these lakes and all that kind of stuff, finding structure, cover, the type of areas that I wanted to fish. And now I use that a little bit, so I will fish certain types of structure. And once I figure out that the fish are on that type of structure, then I kind of go and duplicate that in different areas of the lake. And that's why whenever you guys watch me tournament fishing, how you see I'll pack up and I move kind of fast. I'll fish an area, then I'll take off and leave because I'm fishing different types of cover until I locate the fish that where the fish are at for me. What was the last? Yeah, on Lake Hartwell. So you guys saw on Lake Hartwell. If you go back and watch day 2 on Lake Hartwell for that live stream, within the last, I'd say 45 minutes, I could have hit like 10 different spots. And a lot of those spots that I was hitting, you guys saw I was catching fish at almost every place I pulled up. I would pull up, cast 2 or 3 times, catch a fish and leave. But the problem is that those fish were small. And then one of the last fish that I caught was a decent sized fish and allowed me to cull out. But Gunnersville is going to be a little bit different. Shout out to Mask Off. He says, put some hair gel on it. Will that work? Look, don't have me looking crazy with some hair gel on my bait. But you guys see how the feather is curved like that? It's not straight anymore. I need that feather to straighten back out. Does anybody have any suggestions? Mask Off said put some hair gel on it. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Georgia Dog says Army Corps of Engineers has the website. All the Georgia lakes have some ramps closed. Okay. Shout out to Kevin Two Fishes. Oh, yeah, we're back in action, guys. Appreciate everybody for sliding through. Shout out to DL Peck. He said, what's up, Money? Where have you been, my man? Hey, I've been out here. I've been making it. I just took a little, I took a 1 day break, which turned into a 2 day break. Then it ended up being like a 4 or 5 day break. And then I was about to head back out to the lake. And then all those storms started coming through. I think it was a hurricane, tornado, something that was going on out here. All right, let's see. What's going on, Carrie? It says curl and iron. Kevin Two Fishes said it needs some soul glow. It needs some soul glow. You see my feather house all crooked, guys? I need to straighten it out. Does anybody have any tips on how I can straighten that back out? I put it back in the tackle box while it was still wet, and I think that's why it when it dried out, it was kind of curled like that. We got who was that? SRE Fishing. Patricia says, just add water. I'll check it out. SRC Fishing says, what brand boat do you have? So I have a Nitro Z20. See the logo right there? Nitro Z20. Being pushed by a Mercury 254 stroke Pro XS. So this is a 20-foot boat. Let's see. Mascot says, might be better than JJ's. The mullet jet. The mullet jet. Business in the front and party in the back. SRE Fishing said that's such a cool lure. Yeah, so really with this, it's a wake bait. So it kind of goes right across the top of the water and you can kind of watch it. It leaves like a V wake behind it. Or you can snap it real hard and this bill will make it dive down about 6 inches. And then it has a wide wobble to it. And it comes through the water kind of like that with a wide wobble. And it'll be just under the surface. Or you can cast it and when it lands in the water, oh my goodness, I got a hook right in my finger. All right, it'll sit in the water, and when you pop it, you can fish it like a popper because it floats. So it'll float up to the top and sit there, and then when you snap it like that, you snap it like a popper, and this will make a bloop sound, and it'll sink down, it'll swim down, and then it'll come back up. Let me see, I got to call them back. So it'll pop down, it'll swim, and then it'll come right back up. Then you pop it, it'll go down and swim, and then it'll come right back up. So that's how I caught the MegaBass fish on Gunnersville throwing this. All right, let's see what else you guys talking about in the chat. Ken says, I haven't seen you on here since October 16th or so. That's probably no, wait a minute. Has it been that long? Oh, you know what? You might be right. Mask off. When was the Lake Hartwell tournament? Mask off. What date was the Lake Hartwell tournament? Ken says, wet it, then straighten out and lay down on it. You said and lay and lay something on it. Ken says, that sounds like how I walk in the morning with a wobble. You got a wide wobble? A wide wobble like that? So that's how that comes through the water. When it comes through the water, it has a wide wobble like that, guys. So October 18th. So the last time you guys saw me was on October 19th. Man, I didn't realize it was that long. So yeah, I got to get out here and make up for lost time, guys. So hopefully, has anybody checked the weather report? Let me just take a look and see what the weather is like for tomorrow. Let's see. Let's see if we'll be going out to the lake and doing some bass for cash tomorrow. Oh yeah, you guys see that? Monday, Tuesday, 65 degrees is the high, so it's all sunny tomorrow. All right, guys. So all I need to do is find an open ramp. Patricia, do you know of any open ramps close by East Bank? What are some open ramps? We're going to go and hit the lake tomorrow, guys. We'll do some bass for cash, see if anybody can slide on in and come in with a win. Texas Noob says, we thought you got locked up or something. Why I got to be locked up, Texas Noob? Helen says, what's going on? Ken says, I was giving hay rides all of October, making some serious coin. Oh, yeah. You know, I went and picked some apples. We went to an apple farm. We took a little ride on the tractor and went and picked some apples. All right, so here we go. So this is one bait right here that I'm going to take out. So I'm going to definitely throw this Buzzjet. I'm going to take it and wet it up a little bit and see if that'll straighten the feathers out. So that one's going to come out. So Mask Off is watching, guys. He was going to be my co-angler, but the pairings were redone, and now I have a different co-angler. So Mask Off is in here taking notes on what I'm going to be throwing. All right, so there we go, guys. So we're going to have a buzz bait. See that right there? A buzz bait. I remember the first time I saw somebody throwing a buzz bait. I had never seen one of these things before, and I was like, what is that? Why would a fish hit or try to bite this crazy looking thing with all this metal and a big spinner thing on it? Like, what is that? And when they started catching fish on it, I was like, well, hey, let me get me one or two or maybe 5 of those things. So yeah, so I'll probably be throwing this this setup right here. So I got to get that tied on. So there we go. We got baits 1 and 2. Spinner bait, man, I would like to throw a spinner bait, but the thing is, I don't want to have a boat full of rods. So let's see what else we're gonna set up over here. I had to change some locks out too, guys, so I have some things on here that I need to get moved around. So let's move this stuff out of the way. Mascot says, yeah, he didn't want me on his boat. Oh, my goodness. New said, money a locksmith. That's right. I'm going to unlock those, unlock a largemouth jaw on Gunnersville. That's the plan. All right, so the other thing that I'm going to throw is a 6XD crankbait. Now let's just see what color. Oh, well, that's an 8XD. You know what, guys? Let me think. Fall 8XD. Nah, I think I can get away with a 6XD. Let's see what do you guys think? Anything catching your eye? Maybe we will do. What do you guys think? So this is an 8XD. The color that I really want to throw is more like this. And this is a 8XD right here. So I already have the hooks changed out and everything. So that's the color that I'm thinking about going with right there. But in a Gunnersville, do I want to throw a 8XD? I do kind of want to get it deep down there, but let's see. Where's my 6XD? I don't see my 6 in the color that I want. What is this one down here hiding? What is that? There we go. There's my 6 down there hiding. But I didn't change the hooks out on that one yet. So 6XD. And I'll show you guys. Sometimes you guys ask me what is the biggest fish that I caught. The biggest fish that I caught was on a 6XD crankbait on Lake Chickamauga. It was an 8 point, I believe it was an 8.56 or something like that. And the crankbait that, here it goes. The crankbait that I caught it on was this right here. So that is what I caught my 8 something on right there. I appreciate you guys for tuning back in, trying to see what's been going on with your partner MoneyBass. I was just on a little hiatus. Our last tournament was on October 18th and 19th. If you guys want to see the results from that and the live weigh-in, they're on fishxlive.com with the Rod Bender's Bass Club. Make sure you guys go and check that out. If anybody's interested in joining a bass club, now's the perfect time to go to rodbendersbassclub.com because the season is about to start back in January. You can come and attend our next meeting on Zoom. Just make sure you're in the Georgia area. We fish Georgia, South Carolina, Alabama, and Tennessee. Tennessee, we fish Lake Chickamauga. I think that may be the only lake we fish in Tennessee. So if you like fishing any of those lakes and you're around the Georgia, Atlanta area, make sure you go to rodbendersbassclub.com, or if you phone a friend, phone a cousin, somebody, let them know, rodbendersbassclub.com. If you're interested in joining the bass club, you do not have to have a boat. You can be a co-angler. So if you're just getting started, maybe you only have 1, 2, 3, or no fishing poles, you can still come and check us out. And, we'll kind of teach you some of the ropes of tournament fishing. And you can start off as a co-angler. And once you get your skills up and you're ready to step on up, you can get you a boat and, we'll help you kind of guide you along the way. But that's rodbendersbassclub.com, guys, for anybody that's looking to join a fishing club. All right, so Gunnersville, you guys think 6XD or 8XD? What do you think? This is the color that I'm going to throw, though. This is the color I like for largemouth. But what do you guys think? 6XD or 8XD? Can you see the size difference between these two? Now, people generally think this 6XD is a big bait. Let me set these down over here. 6XD, people look at those as being a big bait. Let's see if I have another crankbait sitting out here that I can compare. Well, let me just show you the 6XD in comparison to my Buzzjet. All right, Carrie says, hit him with the 6. Texas Noop says, go big or go home. Jim Swiffle says, facts, okay. Ella said, just throw both. Let's see, but let me show you the size comparison between the Buzzjet and the 6XD. So you see how much bigger the 6XD is. Oh goodness. Maskoff says this is the last tournament. Go big. Maskoff is trying to make me lose. All right, so look how big the 6XD is in comparison to the Buzzjet. I think you can kind of see the size difference there. Now, if you take a look at the 8XD in comparison to the Buzzjet, you should definitely be able to see the size difference between those two. All right, so you guys are saying go big or go home. D.O. Peck says the 6XD then downsize if needed. So there we go. Man, I put all that time. You know, I think I originally bought these 8XDs to fit. I sure did, because now I remember. Does anybody watch Fishing with Norby on Lake Gunnersville? I think he was definitely throwing this color. He could have been throwing this one too. I'm not sure. But I remember that is why I went and got this color, 8XD. So, yeah, I'm all right, guys, I'm going to listen to you. You said go big or go home. So I'm going to tie on the 8XD. So 8XD, Buzzjet. So we got those two. I'm going to have my Buzz Bait. So obviously these are going to be shallow, guys. I'm going to be shallow in the morning. Then I'm going to head out to some deeper water. Throw this 8XD a little bit so we can go ahead and pack that up. And like I said, we're just getting geared up because we're going to be heading out to Gunnersville this weekend. All right, let's see, guys. Let's see, James, do I ever fish lake? What lake is that? I haven't fished that lake. So I don't fish North Carolina too often. So in North Carolina, I have fished Lake Norman, and I have also fished goodness, what is the name of that other lake? Seems like it starts with a Wiley, Lake Wiley. So I fished Lake Wiley and Lake Norman. I fished the BFL, fished Lake Norman. Oh man, my legs are stiff. I got to start back hitting the gym. I've been slacking, guys. I hadn't been on the lake, hadn't been to the gym. All right, let's see. Shout out to Tony 450. How things been going 450? He says good luck at Gunnersville. We got small water charters back at it again. All right, so now I got that and that. Back here, I have a drop shot, which I will not be fishing at all on Gunnersville. I have that out for Lanier. So let's just go ahead and put this out here. I'm gonna set up my Gunnersville rods, and I'm gonna go ahead and put those to the back. Alabama. You know what? What should you throw in Alabama? Should I throw the Alabama rig in Alabama? What do you guys think? I guess I do need to set one of these up. Let's see. I'll set up one A rig. How about that? Just in case. All right, so we'll set that over there. I'll set up an A rig just in case. Throw those back down there. This right here, this is a Lake Lanier setup, 8-pound line on a spy bait. You guys know I'm not going to be throwing that on Gunnersville either. I'm going to have some good fun on Gunnersville. Actually, I'm putting these rods in the way. I'm going to have some fun on Gunnersville. I'm going to have a frog, a buzz bait, a buzz jet. Then we're going to go out. Then I'm going to have my wacky rig. I think I already have that set up. What else am I gonna have? Texas Noob says, been locked up. 450 says, I'm doing well. Back to working out. And at 450, just think of how you were feeling just a few months ago. The way you were talking made it seem like you weren't going to ever be back on the water again. You remember that? Now look at you. Look how much progress you've made. Congratulations on that. All right, guys. Like I said, I just wanted to do a quick check-in, let you guys know I was back in action. We're going to try to ease on out to the water tomorrow, but I will need to find a ramp because from what I'm hearing, a lot of the ramps are closed. Oh, and these are the other rods I have set up too, guys. Let's see what I have on there. I have I'm a skimmer, my wacky rig. What is that? Okay, shaky head, crankbait, and that is a Sabile swim bait. And my jig. Oh man, that is the other thing. I need to head out to Tackle Warehouse because I need to I need to put together some jig skirts because I plan on definitely throwing a jig on Gunnersville too, guys. There's a few areas I want to go and hit with a jig, but I haven't been to Gunnersville I didn't go last year. So maybe 2022 or 23, maybe. Was the last time I was at Gunnersville? It's been some years. But yeah, so I plan on having a great time. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and head out because there are some things I gotta get into. But I appreciate everybody checking in, checking on me. Shout out to Tony 450 and everybody else that tuned in. Big shout out to the Money team. I really appreciate you guys for staying strong and supporting the channel. I took a quick break, but hey, I'm back at it. Want to give a big shout out to FishX Live. Bass for Cash is back again. All you have to do is subscribe and guess the weight of the fish, and bam, just like that, you can walk away with some cash for your pocket. All right, guys, really appreciate you. I will see you guys on the next live stream.